So this week the Lego Smart Brick came out and that got a lot of people talking about it, and I thought, you know what, I might as well talk about it because I don't really talk about things on this channel at all. It is kind of like a cool, innovative, big Lego thing, so I thought, hey, might as well just give my thoughts on it. Especially for Lego Star Wars, there's a lot of talk on the builds being bad and it's not really worth the price and the Smart Brick is dumb, like the Lego Star Wars doesn't need this and all this stuff. So what are my thoughts on that? So I think a lot of people are kind of missing the point on this, honestly. I mean, the builds aren't really supposed to be the greatest. Like the Lego Smart Brick in itself is going to make the builds a little bit bad. Like they're gonna have to compromise for that. I think the Smart Brick thing is good. Brick that it could detect its own space within a 3D environment and has sensors and interacts with different tiles to make sounds, and it could just do different things. And I think that concept is fine. I didn't really see a whole ton of people talking about this specifically, but I think the Smart Brick would do really well with Lego Robotics if you could code in it. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you can do that or not, or if they're gonna plan on doing that in the future. But since it can detect itself within a 3D environment and has all these sensors and interacts with tiles and stuff, if you're able to code within that thing, and again, I'm not entirely sure if you can do that, but if you could, that would be a very good use of the Smart Brick. But another way you could do that is kind of like the Lego video where it had tiles and you could just do different things with it, like a tile packs for the Smart Brick. You could just code your different little things with that. I think that would be good too. And maybe later on they would make a little like Smart Brick robot or something, but I just see this as a really good way for Lego Robotic. I also see it being really good for other themes, especially Lego City, and I think Lego City specifically would do really well with the Smart Brick since they already have different things like the sound brick already implemented in a few sets, and Lego City is not really made for like adults, I guess. Like it's already kind of like a kid's theme, so I think the Smart Brick would do really well for that since they're already trying to target that type of audience with the Smart Brick, and they said specifically from the 12 to 6-year-old range, I think it was. Now with that in itself, I do think that they're kind of pushing it a little bit. I do think that the Smart Brick would do better with the 4+ sets, especially with Lego Star Wars. I think with the 4+ Lego Star Wars sets, if they just kind of put a Smart Brick in all of those sets, it would do really well, especially the Baby Yoda set. Imagine a Smart Brick in that interacting with the frogs, and I could see so many different things with that set alone. Now it would make the price insanely high, but maybe they would just kind of equalize it with the 4+ prices already being so high and the Smart Brick prices being already so high. Maybe they'll just be kind of like meet in the middle, or maybe not, but still I feel like the concept in itself would work really well with the 4+ sets. Other than that, I really don't think Lego Star Wars really needs it, and their target audience, they claim to be 12-year-olds. I don't really think any 12-year-old is going to use this thing. And the sets they already have in it is a little bit interesting, I guess. I mean, it's not really something too crazy. I think the coolest thing I thought when I first heard about it was going to be the Mos Eisley Cantina. In the promo video that they showed, or the little things that they had during that event, the videos I saw where the guy was kind of like moving the thing and it would just make the sounds for like the actual cantina, and they would put like Luke Skywalker or some sort of other minifigure to make singing noises. It seemed like the Lego clicking was way louder than the actual noise of the Smart Brick. And I don't know if that might change later on. Maybe that was like a demo thing and they might just refine it once they actually put these out for the public. But if that really is the case and it really is that quiet, I don't think that's going to be the greatest thing. I saw a lot of people talking about the builds. I mean, yeah, the builds are bad. They're not trying to make an X-Wing, you know what I mean? They're trying to make a Smart Brick X-Wing. I'm not entirely sure whether or not you can't put a brick on top of it. It looks like you can't put any bricks on top of the Smart Brick. It just has to be exposed for it to work properly. I see a lot of talking about the actual builds being bad. I mean, they're just kind of whatever to me. I don't really care too much. Already given that they're going to be a little bit weird because they have the Smart Brick thing in it. Not to say the X-Wing looks good, I just don't really care because we already got an X-Wing. Now where it comes to people buying this X-Wing versus the X-Wing that's already on shelf, that is a little bit of an interesting thing. I wonder what the actual marketing meetings were for Lego once they actually were talking about that, but putting a Smart Brick X-Wing next to a normal X-Wing that's way cheaper, better in every single way, other than it not having a Smart Brick, but putting those two set side by side, being both available, is interesting to me. I wonder what they thought was going to be the pros and cons with that. But again, the target audience is a little bit different. I don't think they're expecting people who are going to just buy a Lego X-Wing to buy the Lego Smart Brick X-Wing. I think people who want to try the Smart Brick experience are just gonna get that set for that. I don't think they're gonna get the Smart Brick X-Wing for the X-Wing itself. Now with the price in itself, yeah, it's gonna be crazy expensive because it's a piece of technology. I mean, what do you expect? Any Lego technology thing has historically been really expensive or had some sort of price hike expect to it, and considering how advanced this thing is for Lego set, I was already kind of expecting it. So as for the longevity of these things, if they do the idea of kind of switching this over to making it only for Lego robotics, or kind of making that its main thing and making packs for it, kind of like a video where you had tiles and you could code stuff with that, it might last a little bit longer if they go that route. But if they don't do that, I don't see this thing lasting more than 3 years, I guess. But I think the general concept is cool. I do think it would go really good with Lego Star Wars 4 Plus sets, or just 4 Plus sets in general. I think the target audience they are claiming to go out to is really missed. They really should be focusing on like the 4 to 6-year-old range with these smart brick sets. I mean, what 12-year-old is gonna spend their hard-earned leaf raking money or lawn mowing money on a smart brick set? I mean, they're not going to do it. I don't think they ask their parents to buy a $100 stubby X-Wing either. Other than that, the actual smart brick in itself, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool thing. We could see implemented in a lot more interesting things besides Lego Star Wars sets. I don't think Lego Star Wars sets need this. And the worry of, oh, this is gonna take away from what would otherwise be great Lego Star Wars sets. If they do what they claim, which is making this for that target audience, I don't think that's even gonna happen. Like, I don't think they're gonna bring back the Republic gunship and put a smart brick in it, or Palpatine's arrest and make it all smart figs and put a smart brick in it. I mean, even the stuff that came out right now, you got Luke, you got Leia, you got Emperor. I think the Emperor's a smart fig, I'm not entirely sure. My point is, you got these classic minifigures that have already been existed for so long, and it's made them into smart figs. I don't think they're gonna make a Dexter Jetster as a smart fig or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's not really accurate to what they said that their target audience was. Like, no 4-year-old is gonna care about that, but like actual Lego Star Wars fans or people who are like not buying smart brick sets are going to care about that. But yeah, I see a lot of talk about this replacing what would otherwise be great Lego Star Wars sets. I really don't think that's going to be the case, since their idea with this thing is purely for children's play sets. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on it. Are these thoughts controversial? Are they what the people want? Is this like some sort of crazy thing? I don't know, but let me know what you guys think about the smart brick. And are any of you guys gonna be picking this up once this releases? Yep, that's gonna be it.